I want to say to you is that the struggle that you are waging here in Anaheim is not just for you. It is a struggle for millions of workers all across this country who are sick and tired of working longer hours for low wages, sick and tired of not being able to find decent housing they can afford, sick and tired of not having adequate health care. And what you are saying, what I am saying, and what people all over this country are saying, is that the time is now to have an economy that works for all of us, not just a handful of billionaires. Right now in America, and you're seeing this at the Disney Corporation, manifestation of this, we have more income and wealth inequality than at any time since the 1920s. What Jennifer was saying about her grandparents is absolutely correct. There was once a time in America that one person in a family could work 40 hours a week and make enough money to take care of the family's needs. One person. But today, while the rich are becoming much richer, we're seeing mom working and dad working, kids working incredible hours, and they still don't have enough money for basic family needs. And what we are saying today is that is going to change. Brothers and sisters, in America today, the three wealthiest people own more wealth than the bottom half of the American people. While American workers have seen their compensation stagnate over the last 40 years, corporate CEOs have seen their incomes go up by 937%. And here is the bottom line at Disney. If a corporation like Disney has enough money to pay its CEO over $400 million in a 4-year period, it damn well has enough money to pay its workers at least $15. When we talk about Disney, we are talking about an enormously profitable corporation worth somewhere in the neighborhood of $150 billion. We are talking about a company that made $9 billion in profits last year. We are talking about a company that has taken much of its manufacturing to China, where people are working at abysmally low wages. We are talking about a company that has utilized the H-1B guest worker program to fire high-tech American employees and replace them with low-wage workers from abroad. We are talking about a company that has received huge tax breaks from the taxpayers here in Anaheim, but in addition to that, received over $1 billion in tax breaks from Trump's tax giveaway to the wealthy. Brothers and sisters, what we are talking about today is not complicated. What we are talking about is a company like Disney, which is an iconic company, where its characters, and I know you do so much work, so much hard work to spread the joy that Disney characters give to children. What we're saying today to Disney is have the courage to be a company. You talk about being a family-oriented company. Well, we got families right here. What we are saying to Disney is that a time of massive income and wealth inequality, at a time when so many people are struggling to put food on the table, to get health care or affordable housing, Disney can lead this country in ending the type of corporate greed which is causing so much pain from coast to coast. And if Disney does the right thing and sits down with the unions and negotiates a serious contract which starts off at $15 an hour right now, which starts off with decent health care and other benefits for workers, which respects the fact that people need stable schedules and cannot be asked to work anytime for any reason. If Disney can become a company which treats its workers with respect and dignity, Disney can become the company we all know that it can and should become. Disney cannot be a company which forces its employees into part-time work when they need and deserve a full-time job. Disney has got to understand that its employees are not teenagers, that the vast majority of employees here are workers, many with families. You know, on a personal note, turns out when I was mayor of the city of Burlington a long, long time ago, Disney did a very decent thing. And in order to celebrate one of their anniversaries, they invited a lot of low-income kids from my city and kids all over the country to go to Disney World, Florida. And I remember that. It was a very decent thing. And some of you may know that just the other day, Bob Iger did another decent thing. When one of their lead programs had an actress who made racist comments, at financial cost to the company, they said, racism is not acceptable. We're going to end that program. And I respect that. And so what I say to Mr. Iger right now, you have the opportunity now to do something else that is enormously important. You have the opportunity to help lead corporate America away from the greed which is destroying this country. And you have the opportunity to create a company that works for all of its workers so that those workers can go and do the difficult and important work and wonderful work they do for the kids and for the families. They go to work with pride and with joy. Not having to worry whether they can afford health care for their kids or a home in which to live. So I say to Bob Iger, you are at a moment in history where you can help not only your own workers, but workers all over this country, and say that in America, if somebody works 40 hours a week, that person should not be living in poverty. That he believes that health care is a right of all workers, not just a privilege. Now, what you are doing is standing up and fighting for justice. And what every person here knows who knows anything about American history is that real change in this country never takes place from the top on down. It always takes place at the grassroots level on up. And what you know, and what the trade union movement has always known, is that when we stand together, that is when we win. And that is the history of the trade union movement, the history of the civil rights movement, the history of the women's movement, the history of the gay movement, the history of any movement that has brought real change to this country. So our job now is to stand together here in Anaheim. Our job is to lead workers all over this country to do exactly what you are doing, is to stand up for justice and dignity and demand living wages and decent benefits. That millions of people all over this country are watching you, are praying for you, and are respecting immensely your willingness to stand up and fight back. Because standing up and fighting back is what America is about. And when you succeed all over this country, other workers will succeed as well. So thank you all very much for what you're doing.